Welcome to Domino Park in Brooklyn. It's a chilly winter afternoon, but trust me, this waterfront gem is packed with history and stunning views. This park sits right on the site of the old Domino sugar refinery, one of the biggest sugar factories ever. Now, it's a vibrant community spot that mixes old school industrial vibes with sleek modern design. So let's check it out. And now we enter Domino Park, located in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and opened in June 2018. This waterfront space has transformed a formal industrial site into a lively community spot, while still honoring the area's rich history. The park strikes a nice balance between relaxed vibes and spots that get you moving. Almost half of it is covered in native plants, helping bring a bit of nature back to the city. We're kicking things off with this amazing view of the East River and the Williamsburg Bridge. Fun fact, this bridge, finished in 1903, was once the longest suspension bridge in the world. It's been connecting Brooklyn and Manhattan for over a century. And look at that ferry cruising by. It's not just for sightseeing, it's also an eco-friendly way to get around the city while offering some of the best views of New York from the water. Turning slightly, we get a breathtaking view of the downtown Manhattan skyline. The standout here is the One World Trade Center, towering above the city as a symbol of resilience and innovation. Shifting to the right, we catch the Midtown skyline. To our right is the Dog Run, which is open to the public and welcomes furry friends of all breeds and sizes. It's the perfect spot for your canine companions. And as we continue down the walkway, I can't help but stop just to enjoy the view. If the sunset isn't the perfect time to visit this area, I don't know what is. To our right, we've got the bocce ball court. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, the bocce ball court is a perfect spot for some fun and friendly competition. And there it is, the iconic Empire State Building, rising above the rest. Built during the Great Depression, it's been a symbol of resilience and ambition for nearly a century. And to our right, we've got the Flex Field, which is an all-season turf lawn. In the warmer months, you can find park goers sitting on lounge chairs and even doing yoga classes. Just across the street from the park, you'll find the seasonal ice skating rink. On a chilly afternoon like today, it's a great spot for locals and visitors to gather, have some fun on the ice, and soak up the festive winter atmosphere. Let's cross the street and have a look. According to the park's website, advanced booking is encouraged, as some session time will sell out. Tickets are not refundable, but session times are 75 minutes long, beginning at the entry time on your ticket. I would highly recommend visiting the Domino Park ice skating rink over that of Bryant Park or Central Park. I think you'll find that it's a lot less crowded and much easier to skate around. Even if you're not into ice skating, it's still a cool place to visit. There's great people watching, they play pretty good music, and on top of that, you've got an amazing view of the East River from the rink. Now that we've checked out the park, let's make our way back to the waterfront. There's still a lot more to explore. Even as I cross the street, I can't help but look back and admire the sun setting beyond the Manhattan Bridge. We've even got a view of the volleyball court, which is a regulation-sized sand volleyball court, complete with outdoor lighting. It's perfect for day and evening play for pros, novices, and everyone in between. I love that it's still set up in the wintertime, too. And now we're in the heart of the park, standing in front of the syrup collecting tanks. These massive structures are a nod to the site's industrial past. Right behind them is the Domino sugar refinery building, a historic landmark dating back to the 1880s. This site was once a hub for sugar production and is now being transformed into a mixed-use space with offices, retail, and apartments, all while preserving its iconic facade. One feature worth checking out is the viewing steps, which bring you right up close to the water, offering a unique view of the East River. Then there's the pier reveal, which lets light and air flow through the river below. It's a simple touch, but it's a nice way to connect with the natural surroundings. Getting a little more up close and personal with the East River here, let me give you a little view of the park towards the southern end. And why not get another panoramic view of the city skyline just for fun? Continuing up toward the northern end of the park, we continue to see this majestic midtown skyline with views of the Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, and many more. Next up are the giant cranes, standing tall with their striking turquoise color. These iconic structures were once used to unload sugar from ships during the refinery's prime. Today, they're preserved as part of the park, celebrating its industrial history while adding a unique charm to the space. They've also built a small pedestrian bridge nearby, offering a perfect spot to take in the scenic views of the NYC skyline from a higher vantage point. Looking to my right, you can see that the suspended catwalk starts at Tacocina on the southern end of the park and stretches all the way to the park's northern end. While Tacocina is closed for the winter, it'll open back up in March, and I've heard that this taco stand gets pretty busy. But no wonder, because it's actually run by Danny Meyer's Union Square Hospitality Group. Here, you can sit in the sunshine, take in the view, while enjoying your fill of guacamole and chips, mushroom and cheese tacos, tart margaritas, rosé on tap, and non-alcoholic strawberry hibiscus slushies. But enough rambling about delicious food. Let's take a moment to enjoy this delicious view. On the horizon, we've got a great view of the Manhattan Bridge, and just behind that, the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's explore a little more of the park. To my right, we've got some really interesting drill-like sculptures. If you know who created this installation, please leave a comment. I think now is a great time to head up to the catwalk and see what kind of view we can get from up here. Immediately, I can tell that even though I'm not that much higher up than the waterfront walkway, the view is just as unique, and I love being able to look over the park onto the East River. And of course, I've got to get an obligatory panoramic view from up here. As we walk down the catwalk, to my left, you can see the Domino Park playground, which was inspired by artist Mark Riegelman's interpretation of the historic Domino Sugar Factory. It's an intricate web of belting, nets, and climbers that let kids scramble from the sugar shack up to the masher tower and over the centrifuge. The stainless steel slides look just like industrial pipes. Casts of original factory valves are scattered throughout, and some of the wood was reclaimed from the original sugar shack, giving kids a tactile connection to history. A fact that I really love about this walkway is that it actually mimics the catwalks that workers used in the original Domino Sugar Refinery. It's a nod to the industrial heritage of the site while offering modern functionality. Not only that, but the walkway is designed to be inclusive, with ramps and stairs, ensuring that it's accessible to everyone. All in all, the elevated walkway embodies the transformation of Domino Park itself. A site once synonymous with industrial grit, now a symbol of urban renewal and sustainability. It's not just a path, it's a statement about preserving history while embracing the future. And come on, what's not to love about these views? The Manhattan skyline from this vantage point is really a sight to behold. Not only do you have the Empire State Building, but you've got the Chrysler Building just a little further east at Lexington Ave and 42nd Street. We can also see One Vanderbilt next to Grand Central Terminal. Looking down towards the water, we can see that Domino Park even has some lounge chairs, which make for a really relaxed viewing experience of the skyline, or just a great spot to hang out with your friends and let the day pass by. To our right, we start to catch a glimpse of Grand Ferry Park. I'll say a little bit more about that in a bit, but for now, let me get down from the elevated walkway and head back down to the waterfront. To our left, we've got Other Half Brewery, a small batch brewery where they've got great beers on draft, a curated selection of wines, liquors, and select draft cocktails. If you get hungry, you can order a pizza and snacks directly to your table from their neighbors at Roberta's. I love Other Half's beer and I love Roberta's pizza, so they both get my personal recommendation. Exiting the elevated walkway, we get another view of Grand Ferry Park, which was a ferry landing that served the burgeoning populace of Williamsburg before it became part of Brooklyn. It's named for the 19th century Grand Street Ferry, which once carried farm goods and passengers across the East River to Manhattan. Looking under the walkway, we get yet another image of how the designers of this park managed to preserve its industrial past while creating a modern design. As we near the end of the park, naturally, I have to look back at this beautiful sunset. I know I've mentioned it already, but I really want to emphasize how lucky I feel that I can look down the river and see all three bridges that connect Brooklyn and Manhattan, as well as the New York City skyline from downtown to midtown with a single panoramic shot. So now let's make our way out of Domino Park and check out Grand Ferry Park for a moment. And I'm just going to get one last look underneath this marvelous structure. Our final stop is Grand Ferry Park, a serene space nestled next to Domino Park. The Grand Street Ferry ceased operations in 1918, and then it stood largely abandoned until it was transferred to the Parks Department on October 1997, and then it officially opened on July 1998. The star of the show here, that big red brick smokestack. It's like the park's own superhero cape, with a backstory to match. Back in the early 20th century, this was part of a molasses plant operated by Pfizer Pharmaceuticals. During World War II, this site played a pivotal role as Pfizer often used molasses to pioneer deep tank fermentation, enabling the large-scale production of penicillin, the groundbreaking antibiotic that revolutionized medicine and saved countless lives. This park stands as a tribute to Brooklyn's industrial and scientific legacy. Well, that wraps up our winter walking tour of Domino Park and its surrounding gems. From incredible views to rich history, this area has something for everyone. Thanks for joining, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures with Street Scenes Uncut.